In for the Night is a podcast that discusses movies, random topics, and gives you an excuse to just stay
Damn it, I was trying to fuck you up. That would have been great.
I was
so
singing
great.
the shot song, and he just started it.
I stopped. Part of it.
I stopped. Damn. And now he just interrupted the intro. So this is the first interrupted intro.
Yeah, it's got to happen every once in a while.
Right?
I mean, we went a year without having one.
Over a year. Like, we're almost in April, yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, it's going to happen. Probably going to happen more often from now on. It's like maybe every other month I might do it.
You just wanted to fuck me over, and...
I did. 100%. Not even going to lie on that one.
There's a joke that I had in the movie that you didn't enjoy as much as I wanted you to.
No, I didn't, because I was trying to listen to the movie.
Do you remember what my joke was?
You said bull something.
No, I said you're full of bullshit because it's scary ghosts.
Oh, I did not hear that. I heard bullshit, and you were like, and I was like, I don't get it. I'm watching the movie.
Bullshit instead of bullshit.
Now it makes sense.
Bullshit. I thought it was funny.
I didn't hear bullshit. I heard bullshit, but you thought you were just saying it weird, like bullshit or some shit. I don't know. Some shit. Hi. Sup. What your name is?
Can I get your number?
G-Dawg is the name.
Are we just going to be G-Dawg for the rest of time? Or
I haven't found a new name yet that I want to sub in, so it's just G-Dawg for now. I forgot to do the hand movements.
Yeah, you got to do it
Fuck.
every time. Like, so when we start videotaping this, you need to start doing G-Dawg.
Do the hand movements. Got to.
Got to. But you have to pronounce like all words wrong, because I ain't gonna do that shit. And
I don't know how to talk like that.
I can't. That hurts me. Hurts my brain. I think I just
talk like that all the time. What do you mean?
I hate you. I'm Katie. What's up? I was Penguin last time.
Katie? Just fucking Katie?
In college, people used to call me Kix. Kix.
There you go.
Kixalicious.
That's better than Katie.
Kixalicious.
Fergalicious.
Makes the boys go loco.
Or women. Don't be sexist.
True. They, them. They bees.
Wow. You are just
I make them all go loco.
All around rude today.
Fergalicious definition makes them all go loco. There we go.
It's supposed to be trickalicious.
You don't even know my name, Kixalicious.
Kicks, tricks, same
Okay,
thing.
so we have an important question. Instead of going into our weeks, because they're the same every fucking week, he works, I sit around and do work, but do all this other shit too. So we're going to have a fun question today. What is kinky?
What is kinky?
So we were talking about it, how he's leaving soon, and he's like, you can pull out all your toys. And I was like, okay, what toys? Vibrator. What did you say? Strap on. And then I said, oh.
You started talking about a sex swing because
you
you're
don't know what
an
a
expert on a sex swing.
Y'all know what a sex swing is, right?
No.
I'm gonna wait. Let's pause.
Only people who have used one before.
You don't have to use a sex swing to know what a sex swing is.
Mm-hmm. Coming from the one who've used one.
Like, I think it's on sex tape.
So you've seen sex tape now.
With Jason Segel and Cameron Diaz? Yes, I fucking did.
Is that a movie?
It is.
Never
It's
heard
a
of
comedy, and they're trying to make a sex tape, and it all goes wrong, and I think they do coke in it eventually.
I've heard of Zach and Miri make a porno.
Okay, so you watch that one.
Yeah, but they don't have sex swings in there.
In there.
In there.
So I explained what a sex swing was, and he's like, fuck, you've used one? And I'm like, no, I haven't. Really, I haven't. He just doesn't believe me.
I don't.
But what we're going to do today is see how kinky Ty can get. So
I can't get kinky because I'm not a kinky person like you are.
So this is where it gets hilarious because he's going to list all the kinks out there that he knows of.
Kinks.
So let's go.
Handcuffs.
Very PG. Got it.
Handcuffs with
the fur.
With the fur.
Boot handcuffs with the fur. With the fur.
What else was it that I was saying?
I'm not helping you. Yeah, I said strap on. You said strap on, so you know strap on.
Yeah, I said strap on. And then vibrators or
dildos.
whatever. Oh, and then you got the fucking new things that are out now, like for the guys, it's like the you call it. Yeah, there we go. It's like a shape of vagina.
Like, this is not even for me, and I know what it is.
Tells you something, doesn't it?
I pay attention.
And then what else?
There's a lot out there, and you're just
there's not a lot out there. Oh, and then you got these like fucking, I don't know what you call them, but
just explain it.
It's
Use
like
details.
a contraption that like basically binds the woman to like not be able to move, and she's stuck in the doggy style position basically.
Oh, fun.
With her hands like behind her back. And then
so binding.
All right, there we go. Does S&M count?
That's what pretty much what kinky is.
Okay,
you have to explain what's in S&M.
Oh, we got like dominatrix.
Dominatrix. It's like Mama Matrix.
Dominatrix. Which, for those who don't know what that is like a man that likes to be.
Dominatrix is not, it couldn't be a man.
What do you mean?
You said dominatrix is a man. Dominatrix is a woman.
No, I didn't. I said a man that likes to be dominated by a woman. If you let me finish, that's what I was going to say. So, yes, that's what dominatrix is. She wouldn't let me finish my statement.
What I had
because
said
I started with a man first doesn't mean that I was going to say that a man is the dominatrix part.
Continue your list of kinks.
Thank you. Rudely interrupting. I mean, I'll have to like sit down and write them down. That's all I can think of on top of my head.
All right, we can do whips, chains. We got
chains. Isn't that handcuffs?
No, people like to get hit. Choking.
Oh yeah, choking. I didn't think of that.
Breath play.
Breath play.
Breath play. It's I read dirty books and they call it breath play, where you pretty much choke somebody to the point of passing out, and that's when they orgasm, and then you release. It's breath play.
That's fucking stupid.
I mean, people like it. Let them. Don't yuck somebody else's yum.
There's donkey punching.
Please explain again what that was.
Not gonna.
People like spanking.
Or just punching in general. Some people like to be beat up while they're
voyeurism.
I used to watch Californication. I only watched like 2 or 3 episodes, but apparently I want to actually finish it. But apparently the guy was like his boss's daughter, who's 17. She's really out there for being 17. She was like sleeping around with a bunch of these like rich guys, but apparently she starts getting with this dude. Granted, yeah, she is 17. I don't know what state it is, so don't ask me. But they end up like sleeping together. I don't know. I can't remember how it actually happens. If he was like drunk and they did it, or he just did it on his own. But they start sleeping together, and for her to get off, because she was on top of him, she starts slugging him in the face. Like literally full on, like
people like violence. That's a kink.
Punching him in the face.
Sometimes, like for example, Ted Bundy, he liked violence, hence why he killed so many people.
That's not kinky.
That's kinky because he used to fuck the dead bodies.
Oh well, then in that case,
that's a kink.
Yeah, I guess so.
Voyeurism. Cockholding, which is the same thing. Porn.
When you bang a dead body.
Necrophilia.
There you go. Bam.
Bestiality.
Bam. What was that?
Being Lala. Lala does this thing whenever she's in existence. She will smack her lips like an old person all the time. It's really cute. She's just like, I'm here. What up?
She's old.
No, she's not. She's 5. She's 35. We're the same.
We got the Kama Sutra board.
So anything in the Kama Sutra, being gymnastics, acrobatics, that can be a kink. You have to do something crazy.
Flexibleness.
I am not.
Yeah, you are.
Fuck that. No, I'm not.
I wouldn't know. Ask the person you're on a swing with.
All right, so I'm over this. I don't think we can. We're just digging deeper into stuff we don't know about. And we're just like, feathers.
Feathers.
Rub you
How
up.
is that? I mean, it does feel pretty good, but if you like did it on the what if we did that on your
Violence.
vajayjay? What would that feel like? We should try that one day.
Bacteria, germs.
Probably.
Ew.
Let me just get one off the ground outside.
Great. Let's get those bird mites.
Let's see what happens.
Let's get a new form of yeast infection. Let's see.
Oh, that'll be like a new thing. You become famous.
Or start the zombie apocalypse.
Or that. Famous.
Great.
How'd you become famous?
I'm ground zero.
Became like the population reducer.
No, I want to be called Ground Zero.
That'll be you. That's your nickname. There you go. Now you got a new nickname, Ground Zero.
I'm not going to remember
You're
that.
welcome.
That's so sad.
Ground Zero. I'll remember it for you.
I feel fat now.
Maybe. How?
I don't know because ground is a
Oh my
lot.
God.
It's the earth.
Oh my God. Everything goes back. I feel fat now.
Are you calling me
If
fat?
anyone is fat in this relationship, it's
Lala.
And then me.
No.
I got a fucking major dad bod going
Just
on
remember,
here.
you're not as fat as Utah.
I don't know. Might be getting there. I don't know how much I weighed in Utah, so I don't know.
So we say not as fat as Utah because he was in a beer pong tournament in Utah last year around March, right? At the end of March. And
Last year. It was
2022.
Year before last.
It was 2022 because we lived in the old house in Princeton, and we lived in Princeton in 2022.
Babe, we've lived here since...
I mean, 2021.
Thank you.
Sorry. I forgot that it's 2023. So 2021, Utah, March, he has a video, and he's looking at the video, and he's like, I'm fat as fuck. It was really bad.
It was bad.
It's
Like I was wearing one of my tight, I think it was a V-neck shirt. It's not that tight, but it's like, it was tight on me then because you can literally see, like, it was all around my waist.
And his face was very
pudgy.
cute.
Cute? Thanks, babe.
It's
So
like
now I know when you call me cute, that means I'm fat.
I don't call you cute very often, though.
Yeah, because I'm not fat.
Great.
Great. But now I just said, now I know if you call me cute, that means I'm fat.
You're so cute.
Oh my God, I hate you so much.
All right. Anyway, so let's move on with our lives. We watched a movie.
We did? Oh, I know what this podcast is about.
Oh, did you not know?
No, I didn't know.
In for the Night is a
Explain to me.
podcast that discusses movies.
Random topics, and gives you an excuse to just jerk off at night. What was that?
just like. And this is why we need videos.
Oh, that was great.
I was like, I thought you were going to do it. I was like, cool, you can do it now. Like, I'm so proud of you. And then I'm so disappointed. Like, so disappointed.
Why would you think that I would ever not ruin something so great?
You
Remember
do
when
it
you
every.
said, "Would it stop being you for 10 minutes?"
Just stop being you for 10 minutes.
Or an hour until this
Jesus.
podcast is done?
All right, let's. Sorry, I gotta compose myself. We are professionals.
Woosah.
Better butter.
What?
A butter brand of beef is a better burger better. I don't know how it works. A better brand of meats makes a butter burger better. There we go.
Where the fuck did you get that from?
Culver's.
What?
Culver's. It's a restaurant. So it's like a restaurant. It's a fancy McDonald's. It uses really nice beef. And
In Wisconsin?
Yes, but they have it in Dallas too.
Never heard of it.
Anyway, so Culver's has something called a butter burger. And so a better brand of meats makes a butter burger better.
Never heard of it.
Anyway, so
And I'm from Texas.
Well, it's not from Texas. It's from the north.
Well,
but there is a
I
restaurant.
live there, and I've never seen that. And I've been all over there.
It was on the way to my chiropractor when I would go to that chiropractor.
Oh, I think you did point that out.
Oh,
yeah.
Culver's. It's blue and white.
Yeah, I remember. I never eaten there. We got to eat there one day then.
It's pretty good.
What is a butter burger, though? Is it
It's-
made out of butter?
It has butter on the outside. They grill it with butter on it.
That's like every burger out there.
No oil, but anyway. So we watched a movie.
We did?
Did you remember? Did that joke already? It didn't land. Move on.
It did land. It stuck.
Read it.
So, did he die?
Death of a blogger. Whoa,
Body was never found.
That was ominous as fuck.
Let's see. Death of a Vlogger, 2019 horror mockumentary.
Mockumentary.
That one. There's no... Oh.
It's short.
It is short. So, we have 5.6 out of 10 on IMDb. 100% on Rotten Potatoes.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? Because this is the first 100% we've had.
5.6 out of 10 on IMDb.
Shut up. Read the Rotten Potatoes.
3 out of 5 on Letterboxd. Oh, you want to read the Rotten Potatoes one again?
Yes.
68% of Google users like this.
Suck my dick, you asshole. Like.
The Rotten Potatoes.
You said it 4 times.
100% on Rotten Potatoes.
My movie that I have chosen is 100%.
Yeah, because it's probably one fucking person. So it was probably one person.
So
I mean, everything else is not great. So I mean,
it's average everywhere else. So average.
What do you mean average? It's 68 on Google.
68. So that's like
5.6 out of 10. That's 50%.
So 55%.
And then a 3.5, which is like 68,
70%.
67.
70%. So with 100%, it raises it up to like a 75%,
so.
making it a solid C.
I think you're a liar. So we have synopsis.
Penis peni.
An ambitious vlogger experiences the dark side of the internet when his latest video, which features an alleged haunting, goes viral.
Dun, dun, dun.
Release date August 24th, 2019, UKZ. Director is Graham Hughes and screenplay is Graham Hughes.
Hughes. You don't pronounce it.
Could pronounce it if I fucking feel like it. There you go.
Is that it?
Yep.
Wow. But Graham Hughes was the actual guy in the movie.
I thought this was a real thing, so that person died.
Wait, is that? That's crazy. Is it really?
What?
No, cast. We're going to look at the cast. Graham Hughes. Oh, no, it's... Graham Hughes is playing himself, but Annabelle Logan is Aaron. We have Patty Kondracki as Steve. Joma West as Alice. Stephen Beavis as Ian. So Ian is probably the guy's friend.
So, obviously, it was...
Wait. Stephen Beavis.
That's a cool last name.
Patrick O'Brien is Dr. Watson.
So I thought this was a real thing.
It can be based on a true story, babe.
But it says what happens is here is real. So I thought that means
no,
that
but
Graham
it's like
died.
Based on a true story. Like based on a true story, they reenact it. It's like The Conjuring. The Conjuring's
They
technically
should
based on
say
a true
then
story.
based on a true story, not.
This is true.
Yeah, this is true. Because I'm thinking, you know.
Wow. The one movie that we did watch. Oh fuck! What was it called? The one where the guy was in Hawaii and he went missing.
Hawaii.
That's how you pronounce it.
Hawaii.
Hawaii, because it has like the umlaut.
Okay.
Fuck, my brain just stopped. The guy, David Hall. The movie we watched with David Hall, that was the YouTube, that's his videos. So the videos we saw there where all the freaky shit was happening in Hawaii, we watched it together.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And there's like weird animals chasing after him. Anyway, there's a movie out there that's actually a movie. I'll choose it eventually, but it was pretty good. It was like slow start because he's moving to Hawaii. He's helping his aunt or grandma out in this house, and he's staying there. And then some weird shit happens. His dad disappeared, and then he finds this like little time capsule under the house, and it's from his dad to him to survive.
Oh yeah,
remember that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's actually. Those are his videos. That's David Hall. I researched it, and it was actually like from him, by him, and he disappeared.
Oh, and he disappeared.
Yeah, and they just don't know what happened to him.
Still.
Right. Yeah. Like he's gone. Like with his dad. Like his dad disappeared, and he disappeared. So he kind of ran to the family, but whatever. Anyway, that's not the movie we're talking about.
In the alien family now.
What up? Okay, so Death of a Vlogger is based on a true story. And what I put here is holy shit Scottish accent, Batman.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I love it.
In the UK.
You know what? Like British, Scottish, Irish accent just makes everything better. You can say yes. It's fine.
No.
Okay.
I'm going to say hell no.
All right. So the first point, they said this a few times in the beginning of this movie, the word obviously. And the word obviously, to me, I paused for effect. So I hope that was the effect there.
Yeah, 100%.
Great.
Yep.
Super.
I felt it.
Soups.
Felt it in my cockles. What?
Great.
Great.
So the word obviously is rude.
Why is that rude?
Obviously. Anytime you say it, obviously, if you don't see it, you're a fucking moron.
Or you can say Olvi.
Obviously.
No, Olvi.
Obvi. But it's still, when you say obviously to somebody, that's a dick move, and it's making them feel stupid.
Good.
I'm gonna move on. Soups over this.
Soups. I like that. That's what they call the superheroes in the boys. Soups.
So we enter this movie with Graham, who is the vlogger that is the main character of this movie, and he starts out with a very stoic video, which is actually really important because he was talking about in World War II how these paratroopers would jump thousands of feet in the air and they would land on houses or on roofs or something.
Yeah, they also had parachutes.
Yeah, but let me finish. And then they would get on the fucking roof and they're like, oh, how am I going to get down? They're just going to jump because it's not that far because they just jumped thousands of feet. So to them, it's not a big deal. But do you know how long the ropes are on those parachutes? They're very long. It's more than two, 3 stories of house. And so these guys are just jumping off the roof thinking it's not a big deal because they're in their brain. It's like they're already triggered not to be afraid of high places. Mm-hmm. And so they're thinking, oh, it's not going to be a big deal. I can just jump from this house and bada bing, bada bing, bada boom. I'm done. I'm going to go kill some people, like kill some Nazis, like what?
Or have some broken legs.
So instead they have some broken legs. So
or worse.
What he said here is a change of perspective. That's kind of really deep, in my opinion, because it's very true. If you are... what is it called? Conditioned to think one way. Mm-hmm. And if something easier comes along and you just kind of bush over it, like, what is it? Like mow over it. Mm-hmm. Then I said bush over it. That's not a real thing.
I got
over it.
Meant.
It's a different situation because like you're conditioned to not be afraid of it. And sometimes that even the small things can fuck you over. Like thinking, I don't know. I thought that was really cool.
Thinking what?
Just thinking your perspective is thinking bigger things are more dangerous. So the smaller things like just jumping off a 2-story building.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
It's not dangerous. I don't have to worry about it. But the thing is you should still be worried about it, but you're conditioned to not be worried about it. So it's kind of, that's a good example of how like nowadays everybody's just like, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want and nothing's going to happen. Well, guess what? You eat Tide Pods, you get sick and die, fuckers. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Soapbox?
that was my soapbox. I think we've already had like 5 soapboxes for the Tide Pod
today.
Years. No, just in general.
Oh yeah.
That was a deep breath.
Wow.
Okay, so then he talked about his friend who was a photo blogger, and he took a bunch of photos, and then he started this online situation, and he started posting all of these photos, and there was people, like, there's like random things in it, and the creepiest thing you could say to somebody is, do you see it?
I mean, I wouldn't be able to see any of those.
It was like, if you're honestly looking for something, yeah, you're going to find something. You can find, that's how humans are conditioned. They're always conditioned to find a face in anything. So if you're like looking at the carpet, oh, you can point out faces or something.
Yeah, you see there's a face.
Oh, great. Dick. So in the photos, there was like a face in the trees, and then on the bridge, there's a hanging man, and then in a window, there was another face. It was just really creepy, and he's like, they're all you, which to me is soups creepy.
So his friend was saying it was Graham?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's you. And so then after that, his friend kind of was like, fuck you, deuces, boy, and backed up with the friendship, hasn't contacted him, and then he got in contact, and he's like, oh, I took it down, I haven't seen faces since, and that's the end of the story. And I'm like, were they in all the pictures? Like, do you have more?
Apparently it was in all the pictures.
It's creepy.
I think he says that in there.
I don't know. I thought that was interesting. I like shit like that. Okay.
Of course you do.
I love scary shit. You don't like scary shit.
I do not.
So we are going to move on to the story of Graham. So this is more centered around him. And the first video that has been uploaded is the laser eye video. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah, when you got LASIK done.
Yeah, LASIK done. So he walks in, and my first initial reaction was he has bandages over his eyes, and he's walking around. If anybody has ever had LASIK eye surgery, it's not how it was. I've had it. You have like goggles on, so you can't get shit in your eye, but you can still see. Not well for the first like initial hour or so, depending on what type you get. But for me, I couldn't see. It was like really blurry because I had to have contacts to like heal my sliced thing. Do you know how they do that?
Yeah, I do. So even after doing that, they put contacts in your eyes?
They're just like basic contacts. Like they're just to keep, because how they do it is they prop your eyelids open, and then they slice the top layer of your eye open. And then that's when they laser it. And then they like rub water on it, and they push the flap back, and then they put a contact in it so it heals.
Interesting. I wouldn't like any of that process.
I did not like any of that process, but now I can see, and I don't have to wear glasses or contacts. It's only $800 in Korea.
Well, it's apparently cheaper here now, too.
Probably. Anyway, so he posts a video. He's taking a video, and he's talking about what he did and how there was a mistake and something went wrong with his laser eye surgery. And in this video, we see a few things happen. Okay, so we see a door open. Then we see the mug move. Mm-hmm. And then we see he gets up, and he's like, Aaron, is that you? Ha, ha, ha.
And the door slams.
The door slams, and then there's a figure behind him standing, which freaks things... In general, being blind is hard enough, but having random creepy shit happen that you can't see.
I would have taken those bandages off and said, fuck it.
Well, then he would have been blind.
Probably.
Permanently blind. Anyway. So then instead of staying in his apartment, he goes and stays with Erin. We cannot decipher if she is the friend or girlfriend. So
I still don't even know.
I still don't know, but I
think she's just a friend.
I want to say girlfriend, though.
I don't think so.
I don't know. So he does a bottle flipping video, and she's talking to him, and she's asking him, have you gone back? And he's like, no, I haven't gone back. And he's just trying to do this bottle flipping video. And he sucks at it because apparently it was a thing. Is that it?
It was a thing for a while there.
I don't understand.
It was all over the internet. Okay. Just people starting trends. And
let's start a trend being better people.
Yeah. That's a great one.
Right? Stop being 100%. An asshole. Say thank you when somebody opens the fucking door.
Yes.
How hard is that?
Super hard, apparently.
Like, all week, I would hold the door for somebody, and they did not say thank you. I would scream at them, you're welcome! And they, like, looked at me, and I was like, bitch. And then I walked away.
Yeah, like, what? If someone says thank you, that's a good thing. But it's like, if you're holding the door for someone, I think you should have the courtesy of, like, grabbing the door back, you know what I mean? Like, not grabbing it, but it's like touching
holding it for yourself.
Yeah, holding it for yourself to get in. Like, I'm holding it for you so you can like help enter.
I'm not your doorman.
Exactly. So, and like that happened at the gas station. I let like 6 people in, and I think the first 4 just walked in, and then finally like the 5th person was like, oh, thank you, and they like grabbed the door so I can let go of it. Because if I would have let go of it when they were just walking in, it would have hit one of them in the face.
Good.
So.
Well, no. So I posted this on Facebook. I don't know if you've read that or not, but I was reading this article about like behavior, and it came to this part which actually ties in to this. If you were like popular back in high school or are popular now, you'd feel like you are entitled to the basics. So you're entitled to people holding doors for you. You're entitled to like doing normal shit, and you don't feel like you need to show gratitude for that. So I like worded it better on Facebook, but it was really true. Like that's how people are. So every time I see a person who doesn't say thank you or grab the door, if they grab the door, then I'm like, okay, whatever. Like you did part of it. It was like half and half, 50-50. But if you don't say thank you, just walk in. That's when I'm going to scream at you. I screamed at a few people, women this time. And I was like, and then this girl walked in. I let her in before me. I held the door open and she just ran in and I was like, you're welcome. And I was following behind her because I opened it before her. So she walked in and she like looked back at me and she like squinted her eyes and was like, you're a bitch. And she was like, and the guy, like the guy who says he knows my name, he was like, I was like, oh, she didn't say thank you. She's a terrible person. And then he laughed and I was like, no, she really is. And she just walked off and I was like,
yeah.
She didn't, he said hello and he was like, oh, I hope you have a good workout. She didn't say anything to him. And I'm like, she's a terrible person. And he was like, probably.
Didn't acknowledge anybody.
And I was like, yeah, you might be late for your fucking class, but these people work here. You should show them gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
Over it. Sorry. That's
You're not over it.
No, it's just people like, I'm not here to make your life easier. I'm here to like be a part of my life. And if I make your life easier, at least say thank you. Like, you don't have to open a door. Okay. Oh, if I grab something from you on the floor that you dropped, say thank you. People don't do that. Or if I wipe down a machine after you and I stare at you and I'm doing your job, say thank you.
People think saying thank you is, what is it, a chore.
No, saying no problem. If somebody says, oh, thank you, and you don't say you're welcome, you say no problem. That's different because now our generation thinks it's not a problem. It's easy for us, where the older generation doesn't like it. They want to hear you're welcome.
I never say your problem or
your problem. No
whatever
problem.
The fuck. Yeah, no problem.
I say no problem. Oh, thank you. No problem. Not a problem.
Say mm-hmm. I do that, but I don't say no problem.
But anyway, that's just
weird.
Anger.
Like I said, people think it's a chore. They don't think they need to say thank you. Graham
doesn't want to go back to his apartment because he's freaked out. But Aaron talks him into going back. Great. Lovely. So, like Aaron, she's funny. She's prepared. I'm doing the bunny ears thing. She has a wooden stick as a weapon.
Hey, maybe it might be a vampire, so she's going to stake it to death.
Well, the thing is, he couldn't see, and he watched the video, and he thought it was somebody just fucking with him. So she brought a wooden stick to beat somebody, but she's so small.
Mm-hmm. She has what is it? Fight.
She has what is it? Fuck.
Tenacity.
Good word. That's a very good word. That's your word of the day. Oh, everybody take a shot. Fifi's here. Man, we got in far.
Yeah, super far. She's just been chilling.
All the dogs are chilling. Just take 2 shots because he's chewing on something over there.
Yep.
All right. So we get back to his apartment and it is ransacked. Things are flipped over. Pictures are taken off the wall. And we notice that there's a sign. There's something painted on the wall. It said, prepare for laughter.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just like,
Slaughter.
Add the S, and then you said something. It's crazy you can just add an S to make it slaughter. And it's pronounced differently. Laughter, slaughter. There's no F-E sound.
There is true.
So if there was an F-E sound, it was like slafter.
Slafter. Oh. That's why it was like one thing I was watching about the English language. It's like pretty fucked up. Like trying to learn how to say it.
What did you do?
I just threw up in my mouth.
Oh, Jesus Christ, why? As he drinks more wine to wash it down.
That was gross.
Why did you just barf in your mouth?
We're
not cutting this out. This is hilarious.
Oh, that's gross. I don't know why that happened. I was just like talking and it was just like, boop. So anyway, oh yeah. It was like an English language, like saying certain words. It's like if you... Like, well, you can't really say knife. There's not really another one. Yeah, it's like knife, but no, like...
GH is either like O sound, so like aw, aw sound or a f sound. So
I'm trying to think of like what's two words that are like spelled the same, but they have two different.
read
like
and
read
red.
and red.
Oh, we thought of it the same
Yeah,
time.
we did. But you said it first, so it counts for you, I guess.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
De nada.
But it's just like it was, and the guy that does it is pretty freaking hilarious because he's like acting like he's in class, so he's writing shit down, and the teacher's like, "All right, so how do you say this?" And he's like, "Well, you just showed me." So he says it, and he's like, "No." And he fucking gets pissed and rips up the paper and throws it away. He's like, "All right, what now?" So he starts writing down something else. It's pretty fucking hilarious, but it's like the English language is pretty fucked up though.
It's easier. I don't know if it's easier to learn English first and then learn other languages.
I don't know.
I would rather learn other languages than fuck English.
Yeah, I'd rather learn like French or
Parlez-vous
Spanish,
français?
Italian.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. So French and Italian mixed together?
No, buongiorno is Italian. It means like good day.
Yeah, or like bonjour means hello.
Buongiorno. It's Italian. It's
Yeah,
literally
I know.
Italian.
I get it, babe. You said
Italian,
it 3
French,
times already.
Spanish, English are all Latin-based
I
languages.
know that, and they're all similar. I was just about to say that, but you wouldn't let me.
Not that I can read your fucking mind.
You should be able to. You're married to me.
I don't want to.
You don't want to read my mind? You want to be married to me? Or both?
So, they're hearing noises at night, and they decide to go investigate. And I have to say, Erin is fucking creepy in this part because she's sitting there with her hands against her face, and she's looking around with
She's
her.
always right behind
Her
her.
eyes are really large and elongated.
Take a shot. Dog's just farted.
Dog's fart.
Oh my god, it smells so bad. Whew.
Okay.
All right, I think we're good.
We're fanning it. Oh shit, I just smelled it. Okay, I'm not trying to breathe. So they go investigate, and nothing is really amiss except the computer is on and filming. The camera's on, and he's walking in, and the little mouse is flipped over and spinning, which
so
it's spinning a long time.
if that is fake, how did they do that?
There has to have been somebody in there. There had to
Like-
be like their friend Ian, maybe he's the bad guy.
Ian? Who's
Like
that?
the bearded guy who were at the end were like, where was he this entire time?
Yeah.
He's just interviewing.
Like you're hearing noises and stuff, and then like, but both of them were in the room, unless like Graham was actually asleep, and like she went out there and did that.
But my thing is, take a shot. Fifi's here now. You guys are now gonna get some shots. Great.
Yeah, get some shots in now.
But the thing is, the mouse was spinning so fast for so long. That's where I'm just like, that's a little creepy. So I wonder.
It was like a continuous.
It was,
ghost.
and then all of a sudden it's
Started slowing down when he got closer.
But the thing is, of all the movies that were debunked in the later of this movie, this one was not. But it wasn't.
What do you mean debunk? What?
Debunked? Like where Alice.
Movies?
Let me explain. When Alice, the investigator, was going through the movies and saying, "Oh, this is fake. This is fake. This is fake." This particular video was not debunked. She didn't have anything to say about it.
Oh.
And so that's where it, to me, maybe part of it was real and part of it was fake. And that's where I'm a little skeptical because, oh, she died.
I think part of it was real and part of it was fake. For like the coffee mug that we talked about, obviously that was fake because there was a string.
Yeah,
which we
you
don't
could
even know who was pulling. I'm assuming it was the girl when she
Right.
left. Maybe she like went around or I don't know.
I don't know
that
how
worked.
because it's outside. It's windows. Oh, say hi to Siri.
Well, because that door she goes out, that wasn't the front door. That was like into the hallway to go to the front door and then into the other hallway.
But there's only one door in and out of the kitchen / living room area. So that's the door to go out in the hall.
So who was pulling the string?
I don't know. Maybe he was. Maybe he had it like looped around the floor under his coffee table.
Like maybe
and
on his foot.
On
or
his foot,
something?
maybe. That's a possibility. I'm not going to go into deep questions. I'm like, bless you, shot. She's rubbing her back against the carpet. It's hilarious.
And she's gonna sneeze again. Oh, maybe not.
Okay. I stuck my finger in her mouth when she yawned and she did not.
I love doing that. It's so fun.
So, So we're going to meet a new character.
Mr. Annoying Steve.
Ghost Hunter Steve.
Okay.
Okay. So what's up with the shirts and the scarf? So in the first video that we see of Steve, he is wearing a Hawaiian shirt, which is totally cool. He's trying to make a presence of Steve, of him as Steve. And then he has wearing scarves, like a giant scarf.
Yeah, he's wearing a huge scarf with a short sleeve shirt.
Is it cold enough for a scarf, but warm enough for a short sleeve shirt? I would think, I don't know. Definitely not. And so what we're seeing is Steve's a dick.
I hate Steve.
Steve is the epitome of somebody I would punch.
No. Stab in the throat.
You make me want to stab myself in the throat.
Yep, 100%.
Great. So this is when Graham meets Steve, and they kind of join together and are going to collaborate on videos so that way they can get more followers together. So that's like sometimes podcasts do that. They each have interview people and then they both share people, whatever. So that's kind of what they were doing. And so Steve has this idea to do a seance. And this is where we enter the seance, which was kind of creepy. And I want to know how they faked that too, because that was also not debunked. So they were sitting in a circle. He had lights around, and then they had a 360 camera that would swivel 360 degrees and catch everything. And so also there was a whiskey glass. There's a glass full of whiskey
that Steve didn't want to explain about.
But pretty much what it is, it's a sacrifice. So anytime, like, I was watching BuzzFeed Unsolved with the two guys who did paranormal ones. We watched it sometimes. And there was a lady on there, I forgot what her name was, who is in Louisiana, and she's like the voodoo queen or something there now. And she said, they like alcohol. So ghosts like alcohol. So if you say a prayer and give them alcohol, they'll respond better because it's a present and you don't have to like sacrifice blood or shit. So they like alcohol. So whiskey's there. That's why I'm assuming there was whiskey. He didn't explain it even after.
Well, he even said like use the whiskey to how you say, like, make your presence known. So
it dripped, like something dripped into it, which was weird. And then it moved. Moving it, we could probably figure out, like, maybe there was a magnet out the bottom and then they were just moving it, like.
Yeah, but that means their glass would have to have a magnet on it.
That's what I'm saying. It could have.
But you would see it though, because
maybe not.
The whiskey was kind of clear. You would see the magnet, and it was a clear glass.
They could have had like something white on the bottom and then a magnet glued on that, and then. I don't know. And so the whiskey was moving, and then this is when Erin slightly freaks out, and she kind of jumps up, and he's like, don't break the circle, so they don't break the circle. And then the 360-degree camera turns around, and then there's the creepy girl next to Graham. And this is when everybody jumps up, and Steve is the furthest away. He, like, jumped up so fast, and they're freaking out. And now my question is, did they fake that? Because the girl consistently shows up over and over again now.
And Graham was like, did y'all see that? Like, clearly they saw it.
They had to, and you can review the fucking footage. But, again, that was another video that wasn't debunked.
See, I think the whiskey glass was faked, and I think the candles going out was somehow faked. Maybe.
That could be easily, like, if they had left a window open, but, like...
Maybe,
But the thing is,
not.
Strategically how it went around the thing.
It went... like that. So either that was fake or not, but I'm pretty sure the girl there was not. And the girl there was probably not fake, because that's the one who he said he apparently pulled up video 7 years ago. I'm getting a little ahead, but she was in the window.
Right. Okay. So we'll discuss this in a little bit, but no, actually, let's hold off. Let's finish out what we're at. So that's the end of the seance. And then this is when we meet Alice. She is, an investigator. She debunks like stories. Kind of a dick, but she's a dick for a reason, because she doesn't want to be fucked over. And so she mentioned how people are assholes and that she gets bashed every time she writes an article. And it's very true. If you put anything out there, you have to be prepared for shitty reviews. Same with us. I'm not prepared for shitty reviews. Everybody be nice to me. I'm cute. But I'm just kidding. But please do not yell at me. Don't call me fat, because I am. I like Chinese food, damn it.
Oh my God.
So what she does is she invites some camera people over, and they're in her house, and they're videotaping. She's like, oh, make yourself at home. And then this doll is on the mantle and it's moving. And she tells a story about how she acquired the doll, where she was helping this newlywed couple like debunk what's happening. And there's this creepy doll in their attic, and then it starts moving and like lands in places everywhere. And then it turns out to be the dog walker or something.
Yeah, dog walker was moving it around.
And so they fired the dog walker, and then they're like, oh, please, like, just keep it. We don't want to have it in our house. We don't, like, it's still kind of creepy. And so now she has it and puts it on her mantle. And then she's like, oh, yeah, the doll doesn't like the other things being on the mantle, and it kicks things off. And
apparently moves its head.
And so she actually just
she
set
had
up
like a remote control for it.
And so she's a dick. But
then she said the dog watch story wasn't true.
No, it wasn't. So she was faking the story to make it more believable so that the camera person gets freaked out when it jumps at their face.
Wow. She was like, no. Like, basically like, no,
obviously,
stupid.
Obviously.
She was kind of a dick.
She was. And so she debunks the first video that Graham puts on there. She shows, like, you can faintly see a string pulling the mug.
Mm-hmm. And you can also see how the mug was moving, that it did not seem...
Like, it wouldn't move, like, follow...
Yeah, fluid. It was, like kind of like jerking.
Because wherever the string was pulled, it would pull that way. But the thing that was weird... You can open and close the door with a string. Like, you can close the door. You can push it open and just hide behind this side and just push it open and it'll open. Mm-hmm. And then you can pull it with a string. You wouldn't even notice. But the thing that she didn't bring up was the figure behind him when he walked down the hall. Remember when he walked down the hall and there's that...
When he was blind?
Yeah, when he was blind and there was that figure standing behind him to his right. And it was only there for a few moments, but it was there. And she didn't bring that up. Mm-hmm. Bring everything up if you're going to debunk shit.
I think she's just taking some things out of the equation, but she's still
taking everything out of context.
I think she still believed part of it, but not all of it.
I don't think she believed any of it. So this is when she asked for an interview of Stephen Graham, and she talks to him, and she's kind of a bitch, and Steve's an asshole, obviously. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying obviously, ironically, not...
No, obviously. You're being rude. It's fine.
And so Graham is kind of freaking out now. He's worried that people are going to find out because of the backlash. Backlash is a big thing for anybody on the internet who has any sort of influence. And so he's worried now that people are going to be mean to him. Which
they're already being mean to him. So
yeah, and so then there were if I was in his predicament, I would not have said anything. I would have just been like sitting there quietly and just talking. I wouldn't have been worried about it. I would talk to you in my apartment. I would talk to you somewhere where I know nobody's watching. Because obviously this investigator is going to be doing something. She's going to be sneaky. She's going to do something. Mm-hmm. And so she has her little pencil case. She has her little booth thing hanging out, videotaping on the side, but I would have noticed a huge fucking camera on the side. I would have been looking like, what the fuck? Who are you videoing? Like, why? So he...
Well, no, when he was talking after she left to go pay, that was the pin camera.
And then there was somebody on the side. They were videotaping too.
Yeah, but when she left, they left with her, and it was only showing the little pin cam when he was talking about like, oh, they're going to find out we're faking.
Mm-mm. She went to go pay. She didn't leave permanently.
Yeah, I know. She went to go pay. It was the pin thing that was recording. It was,
but there was a side view too, babe. You didn't.
Oh, the side view was, I don't know who
camera,
that was.
The camera she hired. She said, you're going to catch what I don't catch. And so it was two angles. There was two angles. There was one on the side, so they might have been holding it on the side so you couldn't really see it. And then there was the pen camera, which was right in front of her.
Camera there was her or theirs, because she said
he would not have posted that because he put it down. He was freaking out. So
I'm just trying to say, she said a comment before she went to that interview saying that, oh, they're going to be recording, but they had like basically tricks up their sleeve. That's what I was trying to get at. So I think that camera over there was their camera recording them as well, but she had her camera crew.
That was hers because she hired the people who went into her house talking about the doll because they didn't know her. So she hired them to help her.
Well, then what was she talking about? They were pulling some strings then. They said they had some tricks up their sleeve.
Because they were going to be videoing their interview as well. So she wasn't anticipating that. Anyway, you can dive into it as much as you want. But so this is when they find out that he faked the first video. And this is when Steve is like, shut up, just calm down, don't worry about it. And they're like, what happens if they figure out we faked it? This is what goes on fucking internet. And now this is when the backlash is coming at him. The thing is that pisses me off, Graham gets all of the backlash. Steve he didn't get any. Mm-hmm. He was like, oh, I didn't get anything. Everybody just started following me more, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, how does that work? Because you were a partner in crime.
Yeah, he was part of it.
And so then this is when Graham does something very stupid.
He goes and apologizes like an idiot.
Goes and apologizes. And a lot of people...
Does an apology video.
He does an apology video. But the thing is, a lot of people point out he was trying to take the blame off of him. He was trying to blame,
it wasn't a good apology.
It wasn't a good apology. I do have to agree. It wasn't a good apology, but at least he tried?
No, it's not trying. People think if you're trying to apologize, it should be legit apology. With what he did, he's going to get more shit for it.
Right. So he if you believe everything online, you're dumb. That's what I put. If you believe everything online, you're dumb. So even if somebody is claiming this is super true, always take it with a grain of salt.
Or always do your own research.
Or always do your own research. And so this is when Alice said something which we're going to learn something today. Okay, if I can pronounce it. Schadenfreude. Yeah, Schadenfreude. So, because there's Sigmund,
don't know what that means.
Like there's Freud, the Freudian, not Sigmund Freud, Freudian theory. Freudian theory. Do you know what Freud is?
Yeah, Sigmund Freud.
No, there's a guy who has his own theories. Most of the time, it's like all about sex. So this is Schadenfreude, which is the satisfaction at someone else's misfortune. So she used that word, and I loved it. And I'm pronouncing it probably terribly, but you know what? I'm reading it, so it's great. So in this apology video, though, she did notice a couple things. So in the back, there's a coat rack, and there's a figure standing there. She notices, which I didn't notice. I thought it was just a big coat.
Yeah, I thought it was just a coat.
And then the picture is moving slightly. She said you won't notice it unless you speed up the video. And so
probably the figure standing there is the one pulling it.
Maybe not. We don't know, but it moved a lot, but it moved so slowly that you don't really notice it. But if you sped up the video, it shifts.
Well, why else would they be standing there? Because they never made themselves present.
But I think they were just watching. I think it's the girl just sitting there watching. Anyway, so we move on, and so now he's just trying to gain some semblance of a normal life, but he can't because people are terrible, telling him to kill himself, which is not cool.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
That's pretty fucked up. Just because he did a video, again, you shouldn't believe everything you see online. Unless somebody is legitimately harming somebody else. If they're just doing videos, who cares? If about hauntings, some people fake it.
He was just trying to entertain, but yeah, people were
because if you saw the rest of
extremely evil.
If you saw the rest of his videos, he was there to entertain. He was trying to be an entertainer, which he was doing. Mm-hmm. Everybody was being entertained. But the thing is, they put his faith in him, and that's where things kind of took a turn. And so that's where he then does what I called therapy videos. He feels better talking to the camera rather than people because people might not understand. Or
people are fucking evil.
Yeah, exactly. And so in this video, he's talking to the camera and he's like, I feel better talking to the camera. And then this is when there's a dirty fucking sheet laying there. And then it rises up as if somebody's under it. And then it drops and he turns around and he's like, what's happening? Oh, no, he sees the figure.
Yeah, he turns and sees it.
And then it drops and he's like, fuck, okay. So he goes and investigates, which took some balls. And so he kicks at it and then it raises up again and then it drops. And he's kicking it and it raises up in front of him and he's just videotaping it. I don't know. I would have probably taken a couple steps back, but I don't know.
If it's fake, then yeah, you'd be standing right next to it.
Right. And so he kind of is going a little MIA with. Well, he's not going MIA. He hasn't seen Aaron for a couple weeks, or a few days, and Steve is gone. He's not being supportive. But then all of a sudden, Steve comes back and he's like, I believe your videos are real. Like, watch. Because he's seeing all these therapy videos. He's seeing all these other his apology video. And I feel if Graham just took a moment and stopped yelling at him to leave, he could have been like, this is what we're seeing. Did you do anything with this? And if he said no, maybe it would have helped him. But this is where I put, because Graham calls him, you're full of fucking bullshit. And I put bullshit.
Bullshit.
So this is when Graham does a little research on his apartment. So you should always do this anyway. There's websites out there that tells you what happens in your house or what happened near your house or on your grounds, like if somebody was murdered or what. So he figured out that there was a girl that would live there who was kind of very recluse. She never left her apartment. She had everything delivered to her. Nobody saw her in the halls. Maybe she was agoraphobic. Happens. Like,
well, they said they did see her in the halls. They would only see her in the halls.
Yeah, but she wouldn't leave the apartment complex.
Yeah, but then eventually they stopped seeing her in the halls.
They stopped seeing her in the halls. And so after a while, they started hearing, like, smelling like something really bad.
An awful smell.
And so they had the police go in there, and they went in there, and they smelled the apartment. It's really rank. And they walked around, and she's completely gone. And it's been, like, weeks or something. And so I have a theory. Maybe somebody came in and, like, broke in and killed her and put her in the walls.
Put her in the walls? Mm-hmm. But they would notice that. Like,
maybe not.
You can't put someone in a wall without making noise.
I mean, if it's a center wall.
You would have to, like, cut the wall out, put them in there, close it back up. Like, you can't really do that silently unless you go when, like, no one is at the complex, which is impossible.
I don't know. Because if it's a bad smell, that means a rotten body.
But also if a demon comes around, it's a rotten smell.
True.
A demonic presence. So,
but where did she go?
They took her ass.
Who?
Obviously demonic presence, the entity. That's what. So
this really hit Steve, and also he. It hit Steve. Hit Steve. It's true. But he said he researched. There's on Google search, like, what is it called? Google Earth. Google Earth. You can look up your house and you can see it, like, right now, which is crazy, terrifying. But apparently you can look back in time. And so he looked back in time 7 years ago when this girl lived in this apartment and she was standing in the fucking window.
Looking down on the ground.
That's creepy as fuck. Sorry, not sorry. That's creepy. So this hits Steve. Oh, is this when he attacks? Okay, so Steve kind of freaks out, and this is when the girl is there, and
You mean Graham. You keep saying Steve, and I think you mean to say Graham. You said it like
Steve.
5 times.
No, because I put hit Steve here, and I'm trying to connect where that comes in, and I'm thinking he got hit. But no, Graham gets attacked by the girl. Hit. Graham gets attacked by the girl in his apartment, and he saw her in the kitchen. He woke up in the middle of the night, and he saw her in the kitchen, and he thought it was Steve. So he tries to leave, but this girl comes out and, like, attacks him, and so he thinks it's Steve, and so he goes and punches the shit out of Steve, and he's like, give me my keys, don't come into my apartment, you're done. This is when Aaron comes to get him. So Aaron, his friend / girlfriend, comes trying to rescue him. Just leave. If he just left, he would have been fine. But he's like, no, I just need one more night.
I don't know what he needed one more night for.
Just to kind of find closure, maybe. So in the final video in this part, he's sitting on the wall, and I guess he wrote, like, all the shitty things that everybody said about him on the wall, which sucks because it's like, kill yourself, you're a piece of shit,
There's quite
fraud.
a few kill yourselves on there too.
It's very sad, and so it can hit people hard if you are a famous person on Instagram or YouTube or wherever, and people are saying shitty things about you. It can really hurt you. And so, like the Dr. Watson said, it's just like dopamine. Every time you get a notification that something came through, it gives you happy notifications. But at a point, it can give you negative.
Now you're getting notifications, but they're negative.
Yeah, and so that's killing you, but you still need it. You still need the recognition. You still need the attention. So, anyway, moving on. So he's sitting on the ground, and then a hand comes through the wall and grabs him, and he jumps up, and it's gone. The hole in the wall is gone. The hand's gone. And so he's like, fuck this shit. I'm gone. So he leaves, tries to leave.
Well, tries to.
And so he keeps on walking around in circles in his kitchen. Then he finally gets out in the hall, and then he's going down the stairs. And question is, do they not have an elevator?
I mean, it's only 3 floors.
It's only 3 floors, but I was just like, there's like 4 floors. If I
mean, having an elevator is more expensive because you got to have maintenance on it. You have to make sure it's working.
But the people who had to move upstairs, like
they got to carry that shit up the stairs.
And so this is where we have a glitch in the matrix, because he keeps on climbing down the stairs and he sees the same bike over and over.
Hears scratching noise, and it's just like up, and
kidding.
He'll be back on like the 2nd floor or whatever the fuck.
And then he'll try to keep on going down, and then he sees like a head hanging over, and then he'll pull back really fast from like above.
And hearing whispers.
I hate it. And so like I literally said I hate stairs for this very reason, because it freaks me out. That shit freaks me out. So
at least it's not the stairs with like the openings in them.
This is when the girl in his apartment pushes him down the stairs, and so he gets pretty injured, and they rescue him. He goes to the hospital.
Like, how could that? Like, I don't think someone's gonna do something so fake enough to where they
get hurt bad.
Themselves.
But Alice was saying that it was totally fabricated, and he was willing to do it. And I'm like, okay, but no, that's like he could have died if he broke his neck.
Mm-hmm. Or been paralyzed for the rest of his life.
But anyway, so then there's this dude that's talking with a beard. I guess his name is Ian. I'm wondering where this dude was the entire time, because if he was his friend, why wasn't he supportive? Why wasn't he there?
Yeah, the only thing he talked about was not seeing Aaron and not seeing Steve. He didn't say anything about that dude.
And so after a little while, Graham gets better. Like, he gets well again, but he decides to go to a rehab center, I guess, for this addiction, to be online. So he goes for a few months. And then this is when Alice is there, and she's like, okay, so I did some digging. There's a few things that are weird in this whole situation. So in the beginning of this movie, when we first meet Steve, he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt, and I mentioned there was a Hawaiian shirt on his radiator. Mm-hmm. I mentioned that, so I was like, that's weird. And so then take a shot, Arrow's here.
Hey, Arrow. And
so he is there, and so she thinks that the whole thing is been a plan, because she knows
for months before they supposedly met.
And so she notices that there's an email address on Graham's website that's like Pad the Mouse. And then on Steve's website, it's Pad the Mouse. And then on another website, Aaron's Etsy, it's Pad the Mouse. So everything has the same email, which is weird. You wouldn't think that if they separated, they would separate their accounts, but they didn't. And so in some of the movies, there's like a reflection of Aaron. So when the movie, the therapy video where he's saying, I haven't seen Aaron in a few days, and there's a reflection of Aaron in his window, she's saying, yeah, like, obviously that's her. Mm-hmm. And then the hand through the wall, she connects it to Aaron because she's wearing the same ring. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so she's just debunking all this, and she's like, it's not true. And then trust me, in a few months, like in a month or so, he's going to come back all healed, and then we're going to see him back on the internet, and it's going to be...
he's going to have a lot of money, supposedly.
Yeah, and everybody's going to act like nothing ever happened. And so what she said was true. He did come back, but his final video is him writing a list, I guess, maybe a suicide note. That's what I'm thinking, because he doesn't read it. And he's like, okay, like, I'm going to show you it's real. And so he literally ties a sheet around his neck, and he attaches it to something, and it pulls him up. He doesn't pull himself up because you see his hands.
Yeah, you see his hands down.
And so something pulls him up and hangs him, and he dies, and then he falls to the floor. And it says, the video kept on running until the battery ran out. And then the police arrived later, shortly after, and his body was gone. Mm-hmm. The end.
So, either he got up and left.
He got up and left, or something kidnapped him too.
I mean, Because it seems like normally you got to be hanging there for a longer time than that.
Yeah, it was a really short time. So I think it could have been super fabricated where they faked it and he just kind of just went on his dandy way and he just
like he knows when like the battery's gonna die. Like he knows how long he has.
And so he's like, I have about 15 minutes. I just have to lay here. Just don't move.
I mean, he probably laid there longer than 15 minutes, but
I'm just giving it time.
Yeah.
Like he sat there. All right. So movie, what score would you like to give it?
Oh man.
Stop yawning and give a fucking score.
What are you giving it?
I'm going to give it a 10.
A 10?
I enjoyed it. It was like it twists and turns. I still don't know if it's true or not.
Still don't know either.
So it's a mystery.
And that's what is probably getting me. There's some things that I'm questioning and I'm like, I don't know. And it doesn't fulfill that.
I think that's why Rotten Potatoes gave it 100% because you still don't know what's real or what's not. Mm-hmm. That's nice.
I'm saying an 8 or 8.5 just because I'm not
As
I guess
gripped.
satisfied, I guess, because they don't clarify what actually is real or not.
Okay.
So it's bothersome.
All right, let's move on to our topic because we are running over an hour right now. So welcome to our topic. What is our topic today, G-Dawg? Easter facts.
Oh, I was like, I don't remember.
It's your topic.
Yeah, I get that, but I don't remember because I don't have it written down on a wall somewhere.
No.
So.
Okay, so we have Easter facts. We have 20 of them for you. Because I do all the research, I got it from goodhousekeeping.com, and these are wholesome. So after our scary ass movie, I guess, we're going to get some happiness in it. Mm-hmm. So I will start us off. So Easter baskets have a special symbolism. The woven treat containers represents birds' nests and new life, especially when filled to the brim with eggs. Plus, they're a pretty utilitarian way to gather those goodies on an Easter egg hunt. Cool.
Fifi.
Stop eating it. Take a shot.
I already swallowed it now.
Take a shot.
We can thank Germany for the bunny. The idea of the Easter bunny delivering candy and eggs originated in Germany during the Middle Ages, with the first written mention of this tradition dating back to the 16th century. Dutch settlers in Pennsylvania brought the bunny to the United States in the 1700s, and the rest is delicious history.
I hate bunnies.
What's wrong with bunnies?
People dressed as Easter bunnies scare me. I don't know. Okay, moving on.
When you gave that face, I thought you meant that they were bringing back like a dead bunny back or something.
They're not bringing a dead bunny back. All right, so the next fact. There's a reason you probably eat ham for Easter dinner. Historically, most early Easter celebrants would have eaten lamb for this special occasion since the holiday has its roots in Jewish Passover. But these days, many American Easter dinners, my God, that's so hard to say, now feature ham instead. Because of the timing of the holiday, years ago, ham cured over the winter months would have been ready to serve in the early spring. Interesting.
Cured ham.
I like ham.
I like me some ham. Can I get some bacon and ham? Actually, that's the same thing.
I was going to say.
I mean, eggs and ham.
But Hawaiian
Green
ham.
eggs and
so
ham.
my mom asked me one time what I wanted. I don't remember what for holiday. I think it was for Christmas or something. I was like, I want Hawaiian ham because I never had it and I thought it sounded delicious. And so Hawaiian ham consists of basting the ham in pineapple juice and then toothpicking pineapples all over it.
Oh yeah, I've had that before.
And I think cherries on it too.
Yeah, I've had that before.
It was delicious.
I think mom made it.
I liked it.
What I really want is saltwater taffy. That's
so
what
we
I
need to
want.
go to the East Coast and get it.
I want that in my mouth.
What is this accent?
Mouth.
Mouth.
Easter and Halloween compete for the highest candy sales.
I'm very shocked, actually.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. The two holidays go head to head for the most candy sales every year. In fact, some years people buy more candy the week before Easter than the week before Halloween. But that's because Halloween purchases are more spread out over the month leading up to the spooky night.
That's shocking.
Interesting.
Because I feel like you hand out more candy on Halloween than Easter.
Yeah, I didn't know Easter was a candy thing. I know you do like eggs.
Well, no, like jelly beans, chocolate bunnies, Cadbury eggs.
Oh, yeah, it's true. I didn't think about any of that stuff.
You just were thinking of the Hawaiian ham.
Like eggs and freaking Easter egg hunts.
And bunnies.
And bunnies. Oh, the chocolate bunnies. Yeah, I guess that's
Easter,
What about Valentine's?
Valentine's Day is joke.
I mean, they have like the little heart candies like, ooh, too hot to handle, or you're cute, or touch me inappropriately, big boy.
I really highly doubt. Oh my God, we need to go to a sex store and see if they have those, because that would be hilarious.
What?
Those candy hearts that say, like, do it to me, daddy.
They probably do. They better. If not, then we're going to make them and sell those bitches.
We would make a fortune.
We would make billions of doll hairs, but now we said it on here, so someone else is going to do it. So.
Like, because a lot of girls want to say, like, be called good girl.
Why?
Just if they do something right, they're like, good girl. It's
good girl. That sounds so weird. No.
You don't say it like that. You say it like a man.
Good girl. No, it sounds just as terrible. What do you mean? No, that's weird. That's like you might as well be the little girl in Zac Efron's movie. I'm coming for you, daddy. It's the same shit. Like
every time we say it, I just want to go into that song.
Do it. Do it to it.
Okay. Easter lilies are a relatively new tradition. These beautiful blooms first originated in Japan and arrived in England in the late 18th century. The United States only caught onto the trend after World War I. I put up my finger, so you know.
Like I know when World War I is.
The transition from dormant bulbs to delicate flowers brings to mind hope and rebirth, two important themes of the Easter celebration.
Rebirth. I hope maybe it's in here somewhere. Never mind. I'll wait and see if it's in here.
Probably is if you're talking about anything.
Americans eat about 1.5 million peeps during Easter. Aren't those the orange ones?
No, the marshmallow birds.
Ugh.
Like the orange and yellowy ones, and then
with
the
like
pink
sugar
and blue,
around them.
Yeah, and the pink and the blue ones.
I mean, they're okay. They're not that great. That makes these colorful marshmallows the most popular non-chocolate Easter candy. The Bellathammy, Pennsylvania factory makes an impressive 5.5 million a
Bethlehem?
day. Sure, yeah, that one. Okay, you seriously
Phoebe just farted again. She just farted. Take a shot. Fuck.
I don't know
dying.
why there's like
she
they
farts
have,
sometimes a lot.
No, I've never had them fart like this since we changed their food. Like
I got
2
them
times ago.
Treats. I thought was the same treat, but it was a different treat. So it might be that treat.
Well, don't give them that treat again.
No, I'm going to have to.
Oh my.
All right. So Easter eggs have medieval origins. Ooh. Think Easter egg hunts are a strange tradition? Listen to this medieval children's game. Medieval game, children's game. That's what it says here, and that does not make sense. So a priest would give one of the choir boys a hard-boiled egg, and the boys would pass it amongst themselves until the clock struck midnight. Then whoever was holding it got to eat it. We hope they at least got some salt and pepper to go with it.
That's weird.
That is really weird and creepy that a priest... Come here, little boys.
Here, let me give you this egg.
Oh my God.
Tasty.
I hate that so much. I hate that so fucking much.
Maybe, never mind.
Let's just move on. I'm so uncomfortable.
Let me see. In 1953, it took 27 hours to make one peep. That's back when they were still new to the world and were handmade with a pastry tube. Holy crap. But don't worry, it now takes just 6 minutes.
For one fucking peep?
Takes 6
minutes.
How
many peeps were eaten? The one above.
1.5 million during Easter.
So 1.5 million times 6 is a lot.
That is very much a lot.
Lots of minutes.
That's 1.5 million 6 times.
So 6
That's
million.
like almost 10 million.
9 million. 9 million minutes. Look at that fast math. That was slow math.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not exactly 9 minutes.
Around that. All right. Easter clothes used to be considered good luck. Old superstition held that if you wore new clothes on Easter, you would have good luck for the rest of the year. In fact, it was so widely believed that upper-class New Yorkers would literally strut their stuff coming out of attending Easter Mass at well-heeled midtown churches. This tradition became the basis of the modern and decidedly less elitist Easter Parade and Easter Bonnet Festival in New York.
Hell yeah.
So I remember, funny story, when I was a kid, for Easter, my mom, we went, I don't remember what store it was. I want to say it was like JCPenney or Sears or something. We went to a store and they had this fucking yellow dress with a fucking hoop. My mom claims that I begged her for this dress. I'm not a dress person, never was. So my mom got me this hoop.
Maybe when you were younger you were.
Hoop dress. This yellow hoop dress with gloves. And I think I had a hat.
Hell yeah.
So I had a hoop dress that I didn't know how to sit in. Nobody told me how to sit in this dress. So I sat down in church. My dress went up and it's just like in front of my face. And I'm like, I had white tights on and I'm just like sitting there and I'm like, this is awful.
Go to sleep.
I did.
No one would know.
I did fucking go to sleep.
There you go.
I passed out. I always passed out at church.
There you go.
I passed out everywhere.
More than 1.5 million Cadbury cream eggs are made every day.
Blech.
Even more impressive is that the Bonneville factory in Birmingham, England, churns about 500 million of these cream-filled eggs every year. If you piled all these eggs onto... Jesus. If you pile all these eggs onto each other, they create a tower that's taller than Mount Everest.
Damn.
Talk about an epic egg hunt.
Remember, like, if you jumped from Mount Everest, it would take you, like, 2 minutes and 17 seconds to hit the ground? Mm-hmm. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
That's a lot of eggs.
Mount Everest is pretty fucking high.
Mount
It is the
Everest?
Tallest mountain in the world.
I think so.
Or tallest anything in the world.
I think so?
I don't think there's anything taller. Doesn't it go like... Isn't it like 20,000 or 30,000 feet above sea level or some shit like that?
Fuck if... I don't know.
You're supposed to know
I
these
don't know
random
topographical
facts.
things.
But yet you know the fucking capital of...
Iceland?
Yeah.
Reykjavik?
Yeah. But yet you know that. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense.
I don't know the fuck off. Okay. Easter eggs date back way before Easter. There's evidence showing that Easter eggs originated from medieval Europe, and Christians may not have actually been the ones to start the tradition of giving eggs.
Of course not.
They're a symbol of fertility and rebirth in many cultures around the world.
Of course they're not the first. I'm the first.
I'm Rick James.
I'm Rick James, bitch. Let's see. Americans consume over 16 million jelly beans during Easter.
Fuck.
Hell yeah. I would eat 16 million alone.
You would be dead. You would be real fat.
I would try my damnedest to try to eat 16
After
million.
48 jelly beans.
48 jelly beans just croak over.
You're like, I'm done.
I tried.
I did my best.
I did my very best.
Didn't even
Didn't even get to 50.
Didn't even make 100. It's not even a portion. It's like 1%.
Not even 1%. It's like 0.0001%. Let's see. That's enough jelly beans to circle the globe not once, not twice, but 3 times. Holy shit. And that's like...
They're like tiny.
How though?
Because there's a lot of jelly beans.
But maybe they're talking about bags of jelly beans.
No, because jelly beans...
There's different types of jelly beans.
So
there's
like
big ones and there's small ones.
Just the regular jelly beans that are about that big. Because if you line up jelly beans, you'll have more jelly beans... You'll have less jelly beans lined up against the bag because the bag's like about that big. And then you line them up and it works out.
That's a lot of times around the globe. Let's see. Not once, but twice, but 3 times. Or to fill a plastic egg the size of a 9-story building. First introduced as an Easter treat in the 1930s. We can't imagine this day without them.
True. I hate jelly beans.
I
Okay.
love jelly beans.
The holiday was named after the Anglo-Saxon goddess Estre.
The ankle sex goddess?
Anglo-Saxon.
Oh, I was like, wow.
That's what I said.
It was sex with the ankle? It's a little weird.
It's another kink. Scholars believe that Easter was named after a festival celebrating Astra and the coming of spring. Her sacred symbols are thought to have been the hare and the egg, which is why they feature prominently in Easter symbolism too.
I got 2 more kinks.
Easter and eggs.
Feet banging.
Bull.
Feet licking. Okay, so 3 more. And titty banging. 3 more for you.
I think feet should be 1 and then tits.
No, because it's 2 different things.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, get out of here.
Wow. Get out of here. Okay, fine. You finish this fucking episode.
What about... No, that's not one. Oh, it could be. Maybe. I don't know.
What did you say it so we all know?
Like putting liquid in the belly button and licking it out.
That's a body shots.
Body shots. There, that's a kink.
That's disgusting.
Ooh, what about massaging?
Sure.
Does that count?
Okay, I'll give it to you.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
De nada.
Around 90 million chocolate bunnies are sold for Easter, considering 2.6 billion is spent on candy alone during this religious and secular spring celebration.
Secular means of the world, not Christian.
Secular.
Secular.
All right, just making sure I was right. Secular spring celebration. It makes sense. Oh, and that's only in the United States. Shit. We bet most of these people have opinions on whether to devour their tail or ears first.
Which one do you eat first?
I go for the ears. Actually, no, I think I just ripped the whole fucking head off.
I think I eat its face.
I think I do the face, like the head, just and I'm like,
actually, you can't see.
Do I? Because I like chocolate. I like to. This sounds terrible. Do not quote me. I do not do this to myself. I like to suck chocolate.
Okay, and Dom's like nickname for you is chocolate gummy bear. So.
He likes to suck.
Hey, gummy bears should never be chocolate.
They should not. That would not be delicious.
next episode, chocolate gummy bear.
Oh yeah, chocolate gummy bear. I like that.
Okay, but when I used to eat the chocolate bunnies, I would eat the face first.
What do you mean the face? Like literally just the face?
Yeah, I would take a bite out of its head and was like, "See now." Bitch.
Yeah, the head. That's what I did. So we did the same thing.
Yeah, but you said you suck.
Yeah, I think I switched it. Sometimes I like to bite the ears. Sometimes, like, that's why I'm not like a basic bitch.
Because
like,
the thing is, I didn't like my food looking at me when I ate it because it had those little like beady eyes.
Oh, you're one of those, huh? So that means you don't like, if you take someone's life, you don't want to see their,
stab their eyes out first.
You don't want to see the life pass.
Oh, I want to see that life pass.
So then you do want to see it.
I don't want to have them see me after death. So stab it up the eyes.
You're evil.
Probably.
Okay.
All right. Eggs are dyed to represent the blood of Christ. I like how I said that. Blood of Christ.
Blood of Christ.
Well, at least that might be one of the reasons. Like, I get so excited. I'm like, maybe it's
very
not.
Excited.
Maybe it's not. Which stems from early Christians in Mesopotamia. There isn't a concrete reason behind the tradition, and that's one of the theories. They also look pretty. Yay. And kids might be more likely to eat a dyed hard-boiled egg than a plain one.
Dyed hard-boiled? I never had a dyed hard-boiled.
Hard-boiled.
Jeez, I cannot say that.
Hard-boiled.
Hard-boiled egg. There we go.
So I love hard-boiled eggs, even as a kid. So whenever we did a bunch of hard-boiled eggs, and then we got fancy with that shit. So what we used to do is melt wax. Crazy. And then we put it on the egg and make designs, and then we would dye it, and then we would take the wax off, and then you dye it again, and then it would have like really crazy designs on it. We got fancy with that shit.
On the egg itself?
Yeah. It was crazy.
Well, that's cool.
Because my dad's an artist, so what else are we going to do? We're not going to do shitty, I'm going to dye it 2 colors like we. No, we don't do that shit. We make sure it's legit.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you did that at some point.
I didn't care enough. Like, I wasn't the one that did the waxing because I was like, I hate this. I just want to eat them. And so I'd hoard some behind me and then Like, I would go up to my room and eat them.
Okay, there.
I like eggs.
No, yeah, you do. You eat like 50 million a day. No, I know that. I know it's my turn.
No, yeah,
I know it's my turn.
Go.
Yes, sir.
Damn fucking straight.
Let's see. A surprising 59% of people eat the ears first. Only a handful start with the feet or tail, and the rest apparently don't have a plan of action. If that's you, consider this your inspiration to give it a little thought before cracking into yours or the kids.
I think that went with your bunny before.
It did. But, so they didn't even say anything about just the head and period. They just said the tail or the ears, feet, or tail. They didn't say anything about the head. So what about the people that just decapitate?
Can I see that?
Can you not touch my paper? Thank you very much.
Well, no, because now you have to read the next one.
I have 2 more.
Okay, good. So do I.
Okay, great. So it's your turn.
Well, okay.
I just went.
All right. Good Friday is recognized as a holiday in only 12 states, occurring 2 days before Easter. So you know what Good Friday is, right?
Good Friday.
Do you know what happened on Good Friday?
Good Friday.
Jesus got crucified and died on Good Friday. And then he rose on the 3rd day. So that's why it's
Why
Easter.
is it called Good Friday? That should be like Terrible Friday.
We don't question these things because it'll break the Christianity system.
I mean, that's very good question. Like, why is it called Good Friday?
Good Friday is when Jesus got crucified, and then he rose again on the 3rd day. Just leave it.
The 3rd day should be Good Friday.
That's Easter Sunday.
So it should be Good Friday, Easter.
It's not a Friday.
Fuck. That's terrible. Good Friday is when he was crucified.
When he died.
And they say Good Friday for that. That proves how fucked up humanity is.
Christianity.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not done.
Oh, Jesus, that is terrible.
Occurring 2 days before Easter Sunday, Good Friday commemorates Jesus' crucifixion, but it isn't a federal holiday. Only certain states officially observe it, including New Jersey, North Carolina, and Tennessee.
Well, yeah, because it shouldn't be considered a holiday. Like he was crucified.
We should be fucking sad.
Like, good Lord. Oh, man, I did not know that. And if I did, then I was young and dumb and
Did
full
I just
of...
blow your mind?
Yes, you did. Like, how is that called Good Friday?
That's normal understanding, babe.
Like, I'm done with these. That's just terrible. Like,
continue. I think you got all the candy ones. I gave you all the candy ones.
Wow. Okay. Good Friday, my ass. I'm not gonna leave that one alone. Like, I'm gonna be talking about this for like 10 years.
Post that on Facebook on Good Friday. Good Friday,
my ass. Like, what? Like, that's insane. All right. Anyway, the White House Easter egg roll tradition started in 1878. It is said that President Rutherford B. Hayes was taking a walk with children. Hayes was taking a walk when children approached him asking about a possible Easter egg roll. He loved the idea, and it has been one of the cutest annual White House events ever since.
So yeah, now every year on Easter, I believe they have a huge Easter egg hunt on the grounds. But it sucks because then I think they have to go through like security and shit.
Oh, well, yeah, they got to go through security.
All right, my last one. In 2020, 77% of American adults celebrated the holiday. About half of those chose to mark the occasion with a holiday meal, and a third decided to visit family and friends virtually. According to the National Retail Federation, this year, many more people will probably put on their Easter bonnet for IRL festivities. In real life festivities.
In real life
IRL
festivities.
People, IRL.
IRL. My last one. Good Friday.
Shit. Wait, do you really have a Good Friday one?
No, that's just insane.
Shit.
Like,
I was gonna be sad for
how is that? Oh my God. All right. Can't get over that. In the old days, pretzels were associated with Easter. Why do you ask?
Why do I ask?
Because the twist of the salty treat resembles arms crossing in prayer. Or Good Friday.
Or Good Friday.
Fucking A, dude.
So, did we learn stuff today?
Yeah, 100,000,000% that people are evil, which we already knew. But
okay, great.
How is that called Good Friday? Like, it should be Massacre Friday, Terrible Friday, Ending of Days Friday. Crucifixion Friday. But Good Friday?
But then this is when you get the little ash cross on your head. No, that's Ash Wednesday. That's Ash Wednesday.
I know why it's called Good Friday. It's because he was crucified for to wash away our sins, right?
Right.
Okay, now it makes sense.
I wasn't going to explain that to you because that was going to take too long. That's very religious. And I was like,
I got it. Still, it shouldn't be called Good Friday, but still. I mean, I get it.
Do you?
But still.
Are you done?
No. Good fucking Friday.
Good fucking bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Jesus.
Goodbye now.
Just kidding. Sorry.
Wow.
So that is our episode today.
Sorry it was so long. It was all her fault.
This was a good episode, so suck my dick.
I mean, an hour, and that's our longest one yet.
You're welcome.
1,000,000%.
All right, so next episode, you get the movie, I get the topic. What's your movie?
Daybreak. It is on Netflix and probably other stuff, but it is on Netflix.
Yes, I think it's actually
the
Netflix.
one with Jamie Foxx.
It is the Netflix original, so I don't.
Oh, it might only be on Netflix.
So then. Netflix. My topic, I'm very, very excited about, and this is going to be multiple episodes throughout our existence. Unsolved mysteries.
Tasty treats.
We're only going to do 10 because they are a little bit longer. But I already done the research for it, so
nice.
They're going to be good, and they're my favorites. So we're going to enjoy some
Noise.
Unsolved mysteries. So I hope you enjoyed the movie. What are we going to do? So We're Not Qualified is coming up. You always know this. So please share your stories. Please share confessions, advice, any stories that you have. Paranormal. We love paranormal. And if you have a video. Fuck, send that.
Hey, send that. That'd be great.
Ghost videos. Fuck, I will watch the shit out of that. So please send that in. And then you know the email address, of course, inforthenight69@gmail.com. And you can go to our website, inforthenightpodcast.com. That is where you can click on contact, and right there you can just type in your email and send it to us. But what else can you find on our website, Lur?
And the merchies and the Patreonies.
That took a second. So merchandise and Patreon. If you really love us, you can go to Patreon, donate to the cause, buy the pups some treats. They are expensive as fuck. Because as you can tell, they fart now because I got them the wrong treats. Mm-hmm. But if you really like our podcast and you want to represent, you can go to merchandise. We have some really awesome t-shirts. You can get a tank top with our logo on it and just enjoy life. But other than that, we hope you enjoyed In for the Night tonight and gave you a reason to stay. On
this nice long episode.
Wait, what did you say? In for the Night gives you a reason to stay.
Stay in and jerk off.
Masturbate, I think you said.
No.
Jerk off.
Jerk it.
We hope you give you a reason to stay in and jerk. Okay.
Get the jerky on. And until next time, peeps. Peace out.